When my birthday arrived this year, I didn't expect anything extraordinary. I've never been someone who wanted surprises or grand gestures. To me, peace and presence mean more than parties and noise. My only wish was to spend the evening with my girlfriend, Maya. I imagined something simple, dinner, laughter, and a quiet walk by the lake where we used to sit and talk about life. That place had always felt like our little world, a space untouched by chaos. But life, I realized, rarely follows our expectations. That morning, I woke up to her message. "I'm so sorry. I already promised a friend I'd help him with something today. Can we celebrate later?" I stared at it for a moment, unsure how to respond. It wasn't what I hoped to read on my birthday, but I didn't want to seem needy or upset. So I typed back, "It's okay. We can do it another day. Take care." I tried to sound cheerful, but a quiet heaviness settled in my chest. Something about the tone of her message felt distant, like she was somewhere far away, not just physically, but emotionally too. The day drifted by in slow silence. My phone buzzed now and then with messages from friends and family wishing me a happy birthday. Each time, I smiled and replied politely, but my heart wasn't in it. I checked my phone often, waiting for Maya's name to light up my screen again. It didn't. As the sun began to set, I realized I had spent my entire birthday waiting for something that wasn't coming. After dinner alone, I decided to go for a drive. I needed air, space. Anything to clear the fog in my head. The roads were empty, the city lights blurred against my windshield. As I turned onto the main street near the park, something caught my attention. Through the large window of a small cafe, I saw her, Maya, sitting at a table with someone I didn't recognize. They were laughing, leaning close, sharing a quiet conversation that seemed far too comfortable. I didn't stop the car. I didn't confront her or make a scene. Instead, I drove past slowly, my heart pounding but my face calm. I wasn't angry, just deeply, painfully quiet. In that moment, I realized something important. Sometimes the real pain doesn't come from betrayal, but from realizing how invisible you become to someone you care about. I kept driving until I reached the lake, the same one where we used to spend hours talking about our dreams. The air was cool, and the water shimmered under the faint light of the moon. I sat on a bench, watching the reflections ripple across the surface, and let my thoughts unravel. For the first time in a long while, I asked myself what I was really holding on to, love, or just a memory of it. The next morning, I woke up feeling strangely clear-headed. I didn't text her. I didn't ask where she was or what she'd been doing. Instead, I made myself breakfast, cleaned the house, and took a long walk. It felt like I was meeting my own company again after years of forgetting it. I realized how much of myself I had quietly given away in the name of keeping things peaceful. 2 days later, Maya finally texted, "Hey, sorry I couldn't meet you on your birthday. Things got busy. Let's celebrate later?" I read the message twice before replying simply, "No need, it's okay." That was it. No anger, no explanation. Just honesty. For the first time, I didn't feel the urge to chase clarity from someone else. I had found it within myself. In the weeks that followed, something changed. I started reconnecting with people I had drifted from. I spent time with my brother, visited my old mentor, and started jogging again in the mornings. My world slowly began expanding beyond her. Each step felt like reclaiming a small piece of myself that I had unknowingly left behind. When Maya eventually called, her voice sounded softer, uncertain. "You've been distant," she said. I could hear the hesitation behind her words. I told her the truth, that I wasn't angry, just learning to stand on my own again. There was a long silence before she said quietly, "Maybe I needed that too." Weeks turned into months. One afternoon, she came by to return a few of my books she still had. We sat down for coffee, and the conversation felt different. Not strained, not emotional, just real. She admitted she'd been lost lately, juggling too many things and losing sight of what mattered. "I thought freedom meant doing what I wanted," she said. "But it actually means being honest about what you feel." I nodded, understanding her in a way I couldn't have before. Time apart had changed both of us. I no longer saw her through the lens of disappointment, but as a person learning, just like me, We talked for hours, not about the past, but about where we were now. Two people trying to grow into better versions of themselves. We didn't rush back into a relationship. Instead, we agreed to take things slow, to rebuild only if it felt right, not because we were afraid of being alone. For once, that idea felt peaceful instead of painful. Months later, near my next birthday, Maya invited me to dinner at the same cafe. When I walked in, she smiled shyly and said, "I want to make up for last year, properly this time." There was no tension, no awkwardness. Just two people who had learned what presence really means. That night, as I walked home under the calm sky, I realized something simple but powerful. Walking away doesn't always mean giving up. Sometimes it's the only way to let love breathe, to give both hearts a room to rediscover what truly matters. In the end, everything had changed, not because I lost her, but because I finally found myself. And maybe that was the best gift any birthday could bring.